Okay, good morning, everyone. Hope everybody is doing well and keeping safe. My name is Chileshe Chipopolo. We're here this morning to discuss something that is very close to our hearts, and this is some of the work that we have been pioneering over the past couple of years on DREAMS under the Zambia Community HIV Prevention Project. And this is work that has been funded by USAID and PEPFAR over the past 5 years. So before we get into our introductions, we would just like to state very openly that everybody sitting at this table participating this morning has been fully vaccinated against COVID. So for the sake of being, clear as we articulate, we will safely remove our face masks and so that everybody can hear us clear enough. So I think we can go right ahead and just remove them for now. Okay, so like I mentioned, I'm one of the program managers on the DREAMS Initiative from PACT Zambia. I'm sitting here at the table with 3 very lovely guests, and these are people who are not new to DREAMS work. This is Nachila, and this is Jonathan Chiwama, and this is Valepi Banda. So these are young people that will speak to us this morning about some of the great things they've been able to do while involved on the program, and also share what the impact has been on their lives, really. So DREAMS is very packed. Like I mentioned, it's a sub-project under the Zambia Community HIV Prevention Project. This work is funded by USAID and PEPFAR, and basically DREAMS is actually an acronym that stands for Determined, Resilient, Empowered, AIDS-Free, Mentored, and Safe. So basically when you look at it, this is the kind of young person we're trying to create after they go through our program and experience the many benefits that are there. The project actually looks into impacting adolescent girls and young women aged between 10 and 24 years old among many communities from peri-urban Zambia. So just to give a bit of the background, the greatest thing that we're looking to address on the DREAMS initiative is to reduce new HIV infections amongst this age group, adolescent girls and young women. And we're doing this through providing a holistic package of services that are able to address the different vulnerabilities that young people actually face, that leave them vulnerable to contracting the virus. And before I go into more of the introduction, I just want to state that one of the most exciting things about us doing this interview today is the fact that it comes quite timely because as a project, we are commemorating 16 days of activism that started on the 25th. And we are also preparing to commemorate World AIDS Day on the 1st of December. So us discussing some of these issues and what the project does to address that is timely as we commemorate the two. So on the DREAMS program, for anybody who hasn't heard about it before, basically what we are providing is a holistic package of services. Like I said, we are providing HIV testing services, we are providing family planning in different methods available to the young people. We are also providing pre-exposure prophylaxis. We are also providing, school support for adolescent girls and young women who are on the verge of dropping out of school for many different, issues they're facing in their homes. It's a success that over 60,000 adolescent girls and young women have actually been able to be sent back to school because of some of the funding that the program actually provides. And most importantly, and mostly tied to this interview today, the program has also been able to support so many adolescent girls and young women who have been victims of gender-based violence. So with that background there, I know it's a bit of a full basket, but it's going to usher us into what we're discussing here this morning. So we would like to start with focusing a little bit more on some of the work we're doing around economic strengthening. And the reason economic strengthening was actually introduced into DREAMS was because some of the vulnerabilities that lead young women to actually contract HIV is the fact that they are very pressed financially. They are looking for places to, get some kind of quick money and address a few needs that are normal to the rest of us, but maybe they do not have the best information to go about accessing that. So as part of economic strengthening on DREAMS, we do have what we call the Kosovo Initiative that is actually quite actively running. Basically, young people under this initiative have come together to learn the skill of sewing and have found a way to generate some income actually from sewing reusable face masks, reusable sanitary towels, you know, the pads, and also to make other items that are creatively integrating Chitenge in them, you know, like our bags, shoes, pegs, you know, aprons, and creative things like that. And we have one of the young people here who will be able to speak a little bit more to what they've been able to produce. So, Valepi, I know that you're a very active Kozo girl. You have done so much work on the program, and you continue to be engaged even after you graduated. So just give us a bit of a background about yourself. How did you hear about DREAMS, and how did you get involved?
So, as I have already been introduced, my name is Valepi Banda. I was introduced to the program by two of my friends. So I was picked or chosen by a mentor. She came, we were having some meeting on a Wednesday, and then that's how I registered and was put into the system. So that was from 2018 to date. I've been working hand in hand with you and been part and parcel of the project.
Okay, that is great. What is it that drew you to the program, really? You know, because you can start a program, but what makes you stay?
Right. So some of the reasons that actually made me stay was the fact that DREAMS never felt like an organization, but instead it felt like family. Yes, because it's this thing where my friends were already part of it. Then I was introduced to mentors, then the site manager, and it actually just felt like a network of peace. And in that form, I was actually meant to stay because it actually felt comfortable for me. So, and getting to Kozo, it was and is still interesting because it's a platform that is economically building. Because from there I can perfect my skills in sewing, painting, as well as plating, as well as baking. So from there you perfect your skills, gain income, sell one or two things and still get income, and then you can actually do some things that you should always be telling mom, I want this, dad, I want this. Yeah. So it's something that is making me become an independent person day by day. So it's one thing that is really motivating for me to see.
Okay, that's really great, really great to hear. Now, switching up gears, we want to hear a little bit more about this huge success that Kozo girls have experienced. We know that in the past you have taken care of different orders from different organizations to make them these items that we've spoken about. But the biggest success to date, I think, was your response to this huge order that came from GIZ. We know that GIZ asked you to make 20,000 face masks. They asked you to also make 4,460 pads, and they also asked you to make 4,000 bags. So this is a huge order, and I do understand that this was worth over 800,000 kwacha. So that's just like 200,000 shy of a million kwacha. It's very, very big, and to trust a group of young people to be able to fulfill an order this big in less than, say, 3 months, it's a lot of pressure. But you guys managed to pull this off. So what would you attribute your success to? How did you manage to do this?
Alright, so the reason why we managed, it was due to harmony. Harmony and interdependence on each other. And trusting each other is one thing that actually made this to be a success. Because we actually worked with all our hearts, worked with all our strength in order for us to manage to fulfill that order. And we also talk of teamwork. Teamwork is one thing that we cannot run out from, and that is one thing that we implemented on that project so that we should get to those numbers. And we thank God that we finished that.
Okay, that's really, really great. So now I will come back to you, Valepi. I know that you have had many other things that you've been involved in on DREAMS. So as I now look in Jonathan and Grace, I will bring you back in because I know that for a lot of these issues, you definitely have an opinion. Okay, so